Start of the 2017 and 2018 NBA season marked many new beginnings. One that stood out to me the most was the introduction of the NBA City jerseys. When Nike signed a deal with the NBA for an 8-year contract from 2017 to 2025, also brought forth the City jerseys. Now, City jerseys have been, let's just say, controversial over the past few years. There have been some good jerseys, but there have also been some really, really bad jerseys. Putting a new series, reviewing every single year, or every single City jersey that's been released from 2017 onward. And this will be the first video. So without further ado,
let's go.
First up, we got the San Antonio Spurs. I'm being honest with you, I don't really like this. I don't really try and go with like the army or camo or whatever it is. Like, I don't know. I don't really like the design. I don't think it really flows that well. So I don't really mess with it. I'm gonna put it in D tier. Next up, we got the Los Angeles Clippers. I'm being honest with you, this is probably the best thing that came out of the Los Angeles Clippers organization since Steve Ballmer bought it. I mean, my God, this organization, it has been terrible. So I honestly like this jersey a lot. You know, sky blue and everything. I know it has like a jizz stain or cum stain or whatever that is, whatever that shit is on the shorts, but I still like it. So I'm putting B tier. So next up, we got the Charlotte Hornets. Honestly, I like the jersey. It's not bad. A few things throw me off though. First off, this obvious thing that stood out to me was the Buzz City, or I don't know, I don't really like that. I understand, the Hornets and all that, but it kind of looks a bit strange. Also, I don't know if you guys can see it or saw it, but there's like a little hornet on the shorts. I don't know. I don't know what. I don't know who chose that one, but you might want to rethink that and the positioning of that. Um, I mean, I like the blue. It's like the knots or something on the side of the jersey. Um, obviously, thing that stood out to me the most was that it was black, and I mean, the jersey was black, but yeah. Yes, I'm gonna put it in E tier. I like the jersey. It does have a lot of flaws. Um, and the new black jersey is kind of interesting, like idea. So I like the thought of it. I think I'll put it in the same tier as the Clippers. It's a good idea. I'm putting it at B tier. All right. So next up, we got the Golden State Warriors. And be honest, I really like this jersey a lot. I guess the Warriors really had everything going for them, like these years. And I don't know. I think this jersey is like phenomenal. Like the bay sticks out like so well, and like this is the design of the jersey. And I don't know what's in the middle. Is that the dragon or whatever? But the whole design is just phenomenal. So I'm put this in S tier. All right. So the Minnesota Timberwolves. I mean it's all right. It's a jersey, I guess. I'll say this: it's definitely a jersey of all time. Um, yeah. I mean, it exists. I don't know. I mean, I guess silver. Yeah, dope. Put it in C tier. All right. So the Dallas Mavericks. It's not bad, I guess. Kind of looks like a kids team would wear this. Um, yeah, neon's kind of childish. Just neon on jerseys. I just find very unappealing. Um, you know, except the in neon and also the design on the side of the jersey. It's like I don't know. I don't really like that. I'm gonna put it in D tier, I think. Um, Again, not the worst of the worst, but just I don't know, I just didn't like the design. So next up, we got Lebronto. Um, yeah, no, but seriously, this is a pretty good jersey. Yeah, I mean, I really like the triangle like design type thing. I think the Lakers tried to do something similar, a few years ago, but this one worked perfectly because North is 5 letters. The R is in the middle perfectly. It just aligns really well. Um, Very solid jersey. I think I would give it B tier. All right, so the New York Knicks are next up. I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. I do not like this jersey at all. I think it would go really hard if like a fireman wore it. Uh, in fact, I think they were like inspired by the firefighters or something. So, I don't know if I have C or D here. I think I'm gonna put it at D tier. Um, yeah. Right. So the Cavs. Honestly, it's okay. Again, the silver, I just hate a lot. Um, you know what? I think it'd go really hard. It looks like body armor, so I think it'll go really hard on like a knight or something. Uh, yeah, I don't know. I just does not look good as a NBA jersey. Honestly, I think I'll put it in D tier. All right, so the Suns are next. Honestly, this jersey's kind of goofy. I'm not gonna lie. Kind of looks like I feel like I've had this jersey before. Like when I'm playing like a kids team. Like this is such like a AAU basketball type jersey. Yeah, I mean it's so like as I was saying for like the Mavs jersey, it's kind of childish. So I think I'm gonna go and put it in D tier. Yeah. All right. So Rockets are next up, and yeah, this is a very bad jersey. Um, I, I can't believe they actually went with this. I can't actually believe Nike or whoever designed this thought this would be a good idea. This is probably the goofiest jersey I've seen in a very long time. I actually think I saw this a few years ago. Oh my god, this is horrendous. Like, what were they trying to do here? Like, what was the end goal? I don't know. This is going to F tier. Yeah. All right. So the Utah Jazz. We've actually had really good jerseys. Their city jerseys recently. I think like they're probably one of my favorite jerseys of all time, or some of my favorite jerseys of all time. Um, Honestly, this is probably one of the few instances that gradient jerseys actually work. Um, yeah, this is actually a very solid jersey. Somehow, I actually don't understand this, guys. I actually personally hate gradient jerseys. Like, I think the Warriors had one a few years ago. Absolutely despise that one. But this one actually, for some reason, works. I don't know how. I don't know why, but I think I put it in A tier. All right, so the Pelicans. I don't like this jersey. The less time I take talking about this, the more time I have, talking about actually interesting jerseys. This one's just flat out boring. So yeah, I'll put it in D tier. All right, so OKC is next. Honestly, it's just another jersey. I feel like you know, it again the silver I don't love on jerseys because it's just kind of basic. I don't know. I definitely think this is like one of the worst OKC jerseys I've seen recently. They've definitely improved over the years. But I still don't love this jersey. I'm gonna put it in C tier. All right, so the Pistons are up next. You know, I think this is like a pretty bad jersey overall. Mostly because Motor City and all, it's like kind of nice, but like I don't know. I don't know like if there was so much that they could do with the idea of like Motor City and Detroit being Motor City and all, but I don't know. It looks a bit. I can't really describe it well. Dark blue. The three lines on the side. I won't say it was like looks old fashioned, but it kind of I don't know. It just doesn't flow really well. There's not really that much on the jersey that I could look at or we could see. So yeah, I think I'm gonna put this in D tier. And the Chicago Bulls are up next. Oh my god, finally like a tier worthy jersey. Like it's been so long since I've put a jersey into A tier. Um, what I've noticed over the years of like the how many city jerseys we've had. I think that the if you guys see the Chicago font, like the font it's written in, like every single jersey that has that font is like a really good jersey. That's why I personally noticed over the years that a city jersey has been created. Um, But yeah, obviously, stars on the side and also the font. The overall, the edges are kind of blue and, just like a really well thought out jersey. Um, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna put it in A tier. So the Pacers are up next. Um, this kind of looks like a track jersey. And listen, I don't like immediately like despise this jersey, but just know that whenever you see like a vertical font for, let's say for the Pacers on this jersey, it's like a vertical font. Usually those jerseys just don't look good. Um, this jersey looks okay, I guess. Yeah, I mentioned it kind of looked like a track jersey, but it's not a bad jersey. I would say I put it in like C tier. All right, so the Kings are next. So a common trend with these city jerseys, at least in 2017, 2018, was they're kind of boring. Like I know it's like they're starting off and all of that, but I don't know. I just don't find them as like interesting as like more recent years. And they're still developing. You're trying to find kind of like a sense of rhythm. But even like I take Kings jersey for example. It's kind of like not that interesting and like very unintuitive. So I'm gonna put it in D tier with like most of the other jerseys that I rated in this video. All right, so the Wizards are up next. The District of Columbia. Um, yeah, I mean, I'm gonna be honest, most Wizard jerseys are pretty bad. Um, just in general. This one's like perfectly mid, so I think it'd just be fair to put this in C tier. All right, so the Lakers are next, and thank God, because finally there's another S tier jersey in this list. It's been so long. I mean, my God, as like these first initial jerseys for like the NBA City jerseys has been so far terrible, mostly. Um, but this one's really good. The actual design and also the Black Mamba design and also like the skills on the jersey. It's like a really nice touch. It just goes together really well. And yeah, as I said before, this is definitely an S tier. This is probably one of the best Lakers jerseys I've seen like ever. So yeah. All right. So next we got the Orlando Magic. This is simply put probably one of the worst jerseys I've ever seen in my life. It feels like the creators of this jersey were on Galaxy Gas when they made this. Um, in fact, after seeing this jersey, I'm probably gonna do some Galaxy Gas.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What I meant to say was, yeah, this is a really bad jersey, just overall. Another addition to the F tier. I think this is just honestly, I feel like the Magic fans should like riot it after they saw this jersey. I mean, what were they thinking here? I don't know, but yeah. All right, so the Portland Trailblazers are next, and what? This kind of looks like something Louis Vuitton would make. It also kind of looks like a tablecloth, but whatever. Definitely think it's a interesting new jersey. This is definitely starting to grow on me. I think it looks better than the average jersey that I've seen on this list. I think I'm gonna put it in B tier. All right, so Miami Heat are up next. Yeah, this is phenomenal. I mean, what a jersey. I mean, that's what I've been saying. Like anything in that font, like you guys see what font Miami's is currently in, bro. Like, anything in that font, like any city jersey, NBA city jersey in that font, is automatically like a phenomenal jersey. And this also references GTA Vice City. So just like a really good jersey overall. Yeah, the blue and the pink. Yeah, it's just phenomenally really well done. Yeah, I'm putting this in S tier. All right, the Nets. Yeah, get the shit on my face. Um, just for a lack of creativity, I'm just gonna put this in F tier and like forget about it. All right, so the Atlanta Hawks are next.
What is that?
I mean, where do I even start? Actually, I can break this down into 3 sections. First one, I'll start with the font. Uh, that has to be one of the worst fonts I've ever seen in my entire life. Not only for jerseys, but, like, just in general. Um, Whatever font that is, that should probably just, like, never see the face of planet ever again. That's 1. 2, why does the jersey kind of look like a karate gi? Is it just me, or that's like a very, what's up with that line? Like, what is that supposed to symbolize? Like, is that supposed to be like a throwback or something? Or I don't know. Like, to me, it just looks really stupid. Also, why they choose neon? Their logo color is red. Why would they end up choosing neon? This makes no sense. This is easily the worst jersey I've ever seen in this list, or probably even in this, like, whole series. Um, but I won't speak too soon. Yeah, this is going in F tier. Alright, so the 76ers are up next. Um, yeah, this is a great jersey. They like the overall design, the cream color always goes really nice. The font, as I said before, every jersey that has that font is usually just really good. So yeah, honestly, I'm gonna put this in S tier. Alright, so Denver Nuggets are up next. This jersey is, I mean, it's just a jersey, I felt like. The pickaxes are, you know, okay. It's a okay jersey. I mean, I think the most important takeaway from this jersey is, if you guys can see, it says 5,280 um near the bottom of the jersey. That's probably gonna be a recurring trend for these jerseys. Um, but overall, I would put this in C tier. All right, so the Milwaukee Bucks. Honestly, I really like the cream jersey. Since Milwaukee's known as, like, the cream city, I don't think this is, like, the best cream jersey. I think, I forgot what year it was. I think it was a 2019, 2020. That city jersey, that cream city jersey was, like, possibly one of the best, city jerseys I've seen in that year. Um, this one's pretty good too. It pretty much encapsulates what people want in, like, a city jersey. So for that, I'm gonna put it in A tier. Alright, so the Boston Celtics are up next. And listen, this is how you make a great jersey. Something that, for some reason, every single other team this year missed. The hardwood for gray is, like, phenomenal here. Obviously Boston jerseys are, like, usually just always good. I'm not being talking from, like, a biased Boston fan perspective, but, like, actually just, like, from a neutral perspective, I think Boston jerseys are always, like, pretty solid. But I personally like this one the best. These gray jerseys are, like, really well made. So yeah, I'm putting this in S tier. All right, so the Memphis Grizzlies are up next. I know, like, looking at this initially, it kind of looks boring, but if you know the history behind it, so this jersey was actually made to honor Martin Luther King Jr. Specifically honors the 50 years that passed since Memphis sanitation's worker strike for racial, social, and economic justice. Apparently the strike brought Martin Luther King to Memphis, where he was assassinated on the balcony. So this jersey had a lot of history with the city of Memphis. So yeah, I think because it, like, resonates with the city, that's kind of what the point of the city jerseys are. I think I'm put this in S tier just because of what it stands for and what it means. And yeah, so that wraps it up. Thank you for watching. Bye.